Have you ever been playing Sea Thieves and thought to yourself, I want to blow up ship today? Because that's exactly what happened to me. Now, to execute this plan, I would need a lot of kegs. And what's the best way to find kegs? An active skelly fort. So I looked at the map, and the Lost Skull Fort was closest, so I went sailing there. I made there with haste and started putting all the kegs on a cliff so I could harpoon them easily onto my ship. From this, I got around 8 kegs, and after thinking, I thought I should probably go to another fort, considering it's close by, to get more kegs. I quickly harpooned all the kegs onto my ship and set course for the next fort. After thinking about the plan more in depth, I thought what I wanted to do was get all the kegs onto a rowboat, put them near an enemy ship and blow them all up. But the problem is I needed a rowboat for that, so I arrived at an island and scoured it for a rowboat. Sadly, there was no rowboat, so I had to return to my ship defeated to go to another island for a rowboat, and obviously go to another fort for even more kegs. I then went to Sailor's Knot Stronghold for kegs and a rowboat, and there was luckily a rowboat there, but it was stuck and I couldn't get it out. I harpooned all the kegs from that island onto my ship. I tried getting the rowboat unstuck for a bit longer, including throwing blunderbombs at it to get it to move via the knockback, but it didn't work. As I was sailing past Reaper's hideout, I decided to stop and look for a rowboat, and luckily there was one there. An Ashen Winds Whirlwind had just appeared, so I decided to go to it, hoping there'd be people to use my kegs on. As I was sailing to the Ashen Winds, I heard music, and a skelly sloop had spawned at me. Now I was terrified, as if even one of those cannonballs hit anywhere close to the rowboat, all my kegs would be exploded, and the ship would definitely sink. Now this was incredibly stressful, as some cannonballs hit very close to the kegs, but luckily, none of them hit. I could tell the skelly ship was almost sunk, but then I saw on the horizon, there was a player ship coming straight towards me. They looked new to the game, so I wasn't quite worried, but even if they sniped any one of the kegs, it could pose a massive risk for me. That player's ship was definitely coming for me, and I needed to go back and fight it, and I thought the best idea, as I was close to an island, was to detach the rowboat and leave it to pick it back up later after I'd sunk the people. I did think of marking an island on my map where I dropped the kegs, but I didn't think I'd need to. After a few shots, I managed to get his mast down after he drove his ship very close to mine. And then I fumbled the death spiral, allowing him to get his mast back up. He eventually sailed away, and I thought he might be sailing away, but it turns out he was just resetting, and was definitely going to come back for me. Now I think I could have easily sunken him if I tried and didn't mess up the death spiral. But I was almost out of cannonballs, so I came up with another idea. I slowed my ship down as we were going by a skeleton fort, so I sword lunged off in an effort to try and board him. I managed to catch the ladder, and as he was a new player, he didn't hear me. I got close to him, blundered him off, and decided to anchor him. Then realized I shouldn't anchor him if I had any hope of sinking him. But I couldn't kill him because I only had short weapons and didn't want to risk jumping in the water with him. He got back on and I shot him, but he didn't get blasted off. So this was actually good for me, because I managed to use my sword to finish him off. After I raised his anchor, I got a ship to sail right into the nearest skeleton fort. I made his ship crash, taking a bunch of damage, but I knew it wasn't enough as he was beached and it wouldn't take on a lot of water. I saw a keg and I used the ship's harpoon to get it. I then picked it up, ignited it, and put it below. I let it explode, and luckily it blasted the ship off into the sea, so he wouldn't be beached and he could take in the water very fast. He never came back for the entirety of the process, allowing for a relatively easy sink. I then went and grabbed my mermaid. Luckily, my ship hadn't crashed and sunk anything. Well, it had crashed, but it hadn't sunk. And then I realized something. Because I didn't mark the island where the kegs were, I had forgotten where I left them. My ship had left no trail on the map for me to backtrack, so I had to guess. I eventually guessed it was a sunken grove, so I sailed over there and looked around, and luckily, I had found the rowboat. I got on the rowboat and sailed it back to my ship. All there was left to do was to find a target. I sailed up to the Ashen Winds and noticed there was a ship there, which was very good for me, so I detached the rowboat, got another weapon, and sailed away over to the Ashen Winds event. As I got closer, I noticed they were firing cannons at the boss, meaning they were probably distracted on the left side of their ship, and they wouldn't see me coming. I hit the rowboat against the ship, got out my firebomb, my blunderbomb, and it missed. I then got a firebomb, threw it, and blew up the entire ship. I boarded the ship, hoping they both died, but one was still there. I went downstairs, hit him with my gun, and then tried killing him with a sword. He hit me once, but I managed to finish him off. They eventually sunk, and my goal was completed. If you got this far, I'd like to thank you. I have 0 subscribers right now, and I'm just doing this because I enjoy it. But it still would mean the world to me if you subscribed. I know my videos aren't the best, but I'm constantly trying to improve. So thank you a lot if you got it this far.